You spend countless hours at work, strive tirelessly, but financial freedom always seems like a distant dream, a mirage on the horizon. The feeling of being stuck in a cycle, an invisible earning ceiling that limits your potential, is frustrating, isn't it? Most believe the secret lies in working harder or in luck. But what if I told you that this very belief is precisely what's holding you back from prospering? What if the cause of this constant struggle isn't in your work hours, but in something much deeper, lodged within your own mind? Discover the surprising truth that will dismantle this illusion and open the path to genuine abundance. The journey to true wealth is not about endlessly hammering at a furnace, but about sculpting the raw material of your own consciousness. It is a fundamental principle that your outer universe is an impeccable reflection of your inner cosmos. To see an increase in your bank account, the transformation must begin in your thoughts, in the way you perceive value, opportunity, and your own capability. By mastering this art, you not only reorganize your finances, but you also resize your capacity to make sound decisions, drastically optimize your time, and develop a keen vision to see opportunities where others see only obstacles or emptiness. This path we propose is not about mimicking the behavior of those who have achieved financial success. Far from it. Our goal is deeper and more lasting. To forge in you the unshakable identity of an architect of wealth, an individual who does not wait for luck but creates it, who does not merely react to circumstances but actively shapes them, who understands that true prosperity is a direct result of a powerful mindset aligned with the universal principles of abundance. Prepare for a metamorphosis that will transcend your bank account, impacting every aspect of your life and redefining what you consider possible. As we unveil this new perspective, you will begin to see how your limiting beliefs act as invisible chains, holding back your progress. You will learn to identify these thought patterns and replace them with convictions that drive growth and fulfillment. Time management will cease to be a fight against the clock and become a strategic tool, allowing you to invest your energy in the activities with the greatest impact. Decision-making will become clearer and more assertive as you develop the ability to precisely discern the opportunities that truly add value and bring you closer to your financial and life goals. The true essence of what we will present here lies in the understanding that wealth is a state of mind before it is a financial state. We will explore techniques and principles that, when internalized, create a reality where abundance manifests naturally. You will cease to be a passive spectator of your financial life and become the conscious creator of your own prosperity. Imagine having the confidence and clarity to navigate challenges, identify emerging trends, and capitalize on them before the majority. This is the promise, not just to achieve financial independence, but to live a life of full abundance, control, and purpose. The ability to attract and multiply wealth is intrinsically linked to your mental programming. Your current thought patterns, shaped by past experiences and cultural beliefs, may be actively sabotaging your financial potential. This knowledge is the starting point for your liberation. We will demystify the idea that wealth is a privilege for a lucky few. On the contrary, it is a direct result of the consistent application of mental and strategic principles. Throughout this exploration, you will acquire the tools to rewrite your internal financial code, transforming your mindset and, consequently, your material reality. Prepare to embrace the mindset of the architect of wealth and build the financial future you deserve. Most of us believe that hard work and luck are the pillars of wealth. However, after years of study and observation, I have learned a fundamental truth that changes everything. Wealth is not a market game, but a mindset game. Your outer world is a faithful mirror of your inner world. To change your financial situation, you must first transform your thoughts. This video will reveal the master principle that, when applied, not only reorganizes your finances, but revolutionizes your decision-making and your time management, forging in you the unshakable identity of an architect of wealth, and not just someone who acts like one. How many times have you felt like a boat adrift in an ocean of work, rowing tirelessly, but feeling like you're not getting anywhere? You dedicate endless hours, sacrifice time with family and friends, complete all tasks with diligence, but financial freedom, the one so dreamed of, always seems to slip through your fingers. It's like chasing a horizon that moves with every step you take, a mirage that dissipates in the heat of your effort. This frustration, this sense of powerlessness before an invisible earnings ceiling, is a painfully common experience. Most people, when faced with this reality, resort to what they've always been taught. Work more, dedicate yourself more. Maybe luck will one day knock on your door. And so life unfolds in an incessant marathon, where the finish line of true financial independence never arrives. But what if I told you that the root of this problem is not in your work ethic, nor in your lack of luck, but in a much more intimate place, your own mind? Believe me, you are not alone in this struggle. The psychology behind this behavior is profound. We were conditioned from an early age to believe that value is measured by the time invested and the sweat shed. We see people who work more and earn more, and the cycle reinforces itself. However, this is a superficial view, an incomplete understanding of reality. It's like trying to light a lamp by hitting it hard. You might even damage the lamp, but you won't get the light. The same happens with our finances. The mindset that more hours marks more money is a powerful illusion, a veil that conceals the true source of wealth. Imagine your mind is a garden. You have been working tirelessly to plant the same seeds over and over, seeds of excessive effort, of limiting beliefs about money, of fear of failure. You water these seeds with your work hours, hoping to harvest a lush garden of prosperity. However, what you get is a meager harvest, because the seeds you planted were flawed. The problem is not your gardening effort, but the quality of the seeds. You are focused on cultivating the surface of your garden, instead of improving the quality of the soil. This garden metaphor is powerful because it perfectly illustrates where the error lies. Most people focus on cultivating the appearance, on working more, on seeking external shortcuts, without ever turning to the fertile soil within themselves, their beliefs, their thoughts, their mindset regarding money. This disconnection between external effort and internal reality creates a frustrating paradox. The more you strive with the wrong tools, the more distant the solution seems to become. You feel trapped in a vicious cycle, where the dedicated energy does not translate into the desired results, creating a sense of helplessness and questioning your own ability, perpetuating the trap of the invisible earnings ceiling. It's time to look within and understand that real change begins at the root. The fundamental truth that dismantles this trap of productivity without prosperity is a principle as old as human wisdom and as powerful as gravity. Your outer world is a direct reflection of your inner world. Repeat with me. My outer world is a reflection of my inner world. This is not a motivational catchphrase. It is a universal law, as infallible as the law of gravity. Just as the apple that falls from the tree follows the law of gravity, your bank account, your opportunities, your relationships, and your health follow the law of your inner universe. If you look at your exterior and see stagnation, limitation, or scarcity, the answer for change is not in working more hours, but in looking within and transforming your inner world. Imagine your bank account is a thermometer. If the thermometer reads low, you don't try to fix the thermometer. You look for the cause of the cold and heat it up. Similarly, your bank account, your debts, your financial losses are just a reflection of something inside you. What is determining this reflection? It's your beliefs about money, your value as an individual, your ability to attract and manage wealth. If you secretly believe you don't deserve to be rich, that money is dirty, that rich people are greedy, or that you simply don't have the necessary luck, these thoughts become the soil where your limiting beliefs grow. And inevitably, your outer world, your bank account, will reflect this scarcity of beliefs. The lack of this principle, that the inner precedes the outer, leads to a vicious cycle of wasted effort. You try to change the bank account, the thermometer, by changing the exterior, working more hours, seeking promotions, trying to save every penny, without ever questioning the deep-seated beliefs that prevent you from generating more value and attracting more wealth. It's like trying to dry a wet floor without turning off the tap. You struggle, you get tired, but the problem remains there, underlying, waiting to wet everything again. This is the reason why many intelligent and hard-working people never achieve financial independence. They are focused on fixing the thermometer instead of changing the room temperature. The application of this principle is the first transformative step. It begins with self-awareness. Observe your thoughts about money. When you think of wealth, what comes to mind? Fear, envy, admiration, desire? Write down these first reactions. Next, Examine your deepest beliefs. Do you believe you are capable of generating wealth? That you deserve to prosper? That money can be a force for good? Brutal honesty with yourself is crucial here. Once the limiting beliefs are identified, the work is to consciously replace them. Start affirming new truths. I'm capable of generating wealth. Money allows me to help more people. I deserve to prosper. These thoughts, repeated and internalized, begin to change the soil of your inner garden. This paradigm shift is what initiates the real transformation. You are no longer fighting against the exterior, but building the solid foundation of your inner success. You begin to realize that your ability to generate wealth is not limited by the hours you work, but by your mindset. Your ability to identify opportunities changes as you start to see with the eyes of abundance, not of scarcity. Your decision-making becomes more strategic, aligned with your new goals and beliefs. Your time management improves as you learn to focus your energy on the activities that truly contribute to your financial and personal growth based on a new mindset. This is the revolution that this principle offers. The deep understanding that the exterior reflects the interior gives us a powerful tool. But what do we do with this tool? This is where the second transformative principle comes in: clarity of purpose. It is not enough to just change your thoughts from scarcity to abundance. You need to direct this new mental energy towards clear and defined goals. Many claim they want to be rich, but this statement is vague, like a sailor setting off without a destination in mind. Without a clear map, without a specific arrival point, any port will seem adequate. And most of the time, that port will be to remain in the same situation. The mindset of an architect of wealth is built on foundations of absolute clarity. Imagine building a house without a detailed blueprint. The result would be chaos, wasted material, and an unstable structure. Similarly, when you do not define exactly what wealth means to you, not just in terms of numbers, but in terms of freedom, security, contribution, lifestyle, your energy disperses. You react to opportunities that arise, instead of actively creating them, because you don't know where you are going. The previous principle teaches us to clear the ground and prepare the soil, the inner mindset. This second principle provides us with the architectural blueprint and the tools to build the house of your dreams, the outer wealth. But I want to be rich. Isn't that clear enough? You might think. This is a common justification, an excuse that keeps you stuck. Wealth, like any great undertaking, requires specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, the famous SMART objectives. Knowing you want to be rich is like knowing you want to be healthy. That is a wish, not a plan. Becoming healthy involves setting goals like lose X pounds in Y months, exercise 3 times a week, reduce sugar consumption. Similarly, being financially rich requires quantifiable goals. Achieve a net worth of X by date Y, generate Z of passive income monthly by date W, invest A every month. A lack of clarity of purpose is one of the main reasons why many people fail to achieve their financial goals, even when they have a positive mindset. They have the soil prepared, but they don't know exactly what plant they want to grow. They feel they should be prospering, but they feel lost in the process. What are you seeking? Freedom to travel? Security for your family? The ability to invest in causes you love? How much money is needed to achieve that freedom, that security, that ability? Be specific. Take a pen and paper and write it down. It is not enough to want to have more. You need to want to have X more in Y time for Z purpose. This clarity is not just an intellectual exercise. It reprograms your mind in an even more powerful way. When you set clear goals, your subconscious starts working to achieve them. Your eyes open to opportunities that previously went unnoticed because now you have a criterion to evaluate them. Do they bring you closer to your goal? Your ability to say no to distractions and projects that do not lead you in the right direction is strengthened. Time management becomes inherently more efficient as you naturally prioritize the actions that bring you closer to your financial destiny. This second principle is not an option. It is an essential component for transforming a positive mindset into tangible results. Without it, the potential created by the change in mindset is lost in a sea of good intentions, but without direction. It is the fusion of inner clarity without a vision that solidifies the identity of the architect of wealth. Now, let's bring these pieces together and apply the power of mindset and clarity to an area that profoundly impacts your life, your career. Imagine two people, both with the same level of experience, the same qualifications, and working at the same company. One of them, John, believes his earnings ceiling is determined by his fixed salary and slow promotions. He works hard, does his tasks, but his mindset is one of limitation. He thinks, I do what I'm told and that's enough. He focuses on completing hours, not making mistakes, being a good employee. His bank account, metaphorically speaking, reflects this mindset of scarcity and reactivity, stuck on a plateau that seems insurmountable. He feels trapped, frustrated, and the idea of a radical change seems like a distant dream. He is a worker, following an imposed script. On the other hand, we have Mary. Mary, after understanding the principles we've discussed, has transformed her mindset. She no longer sees herself as just an employee, but as a strategic partner in the company, an engine of growth and value. She has absolute clarity on her career goals, not just a higher salary, but the position that will allow her to lead innovative projects, the influence to shape the company's direction, and the income that will support her plans for financial independence. She has come to see her job not as a set of tasks to be completed, but as a platform to create and add value. Her mindset is one of abundance and proactivity. She thinks, how can I solve this problem more efficiently? What new opportunity can I identify? How can I go above and beyond to generate more results? The practical consequences are stark. John, focused on his hours, rarely proposes new ideas or seeks additional responsibilities outside his comfort zone. His earnings remain stagnant. The invisible ceiling traps him. He becomes predictable, and the company sees him as a reliable resource but not as a potential leader. Frustration grows, and the feeling of being stuck solidifies, eroding his satisfaction and well-being. He lives by reacting, waiting for opportunities to come to him, but they rarely do. Mary, on the other hand, doesn't wait. She identifies gaps, proposes creative solutions, and takes on projects that others avoid. She becomes a solution to the company's problems, not just another cog in the machine. Her clarity of purpose guides her, allowing her to focus her energy on the highest impact actions, brutally optimizing her time. She doesn't just work more hours. She works smarter, with a strategic vision that sets her apart. Consequently, she is seen as a valuable professional, a potential leader. Promotions come, salary increases are more significant, and opportunities for extra income like consulting or side projects begin to emerge naturally. Her bank account and her career reflect this new inner reality of confidence, clarity, and proactivity. She has become an architect of her own professional trajectory. The difference between John and Mary is not in their work hours, but in their mindsets and the clarity of their goals. Who will you choose to be? A worker trapped under an invisible ceiling, or an architect of your own prosperity? The choice is yours, and it starts now. What separates those who create wealth from the vast majority who only dream of it are not their technical skills, nor even the volume of hours they dedicate. It is fundamentally a matter of identity. You cannot consistently manifest a result in your life that is at odds with who you believe you are. If at your core you see yourself as someone struggling against circumstances, a financial survivor trapped in a cycle, then that is exactly what you will continue to experience. The invisible earnings ceiling that imprisons so many is not an external barrier, but a projection of your own sense of value and capability. The journey to true financial independence and lasting abundance is not about acquiring more knowledge or implementing more techniques. It is about a profound metamorphosis of character. It is about becoming the person who, by nature, attracts and manages wealth with ease and wisdom. This means transcending the mindset of having to that of being. It is not about thinking I want to be rich, but about internalizing and living as I am a creator of wealth. This change is not superficial. It is a redefinition of your very being, an evolution in your consciousness. To become an architect of wealth, you need to shed the armor of scarcity. This implies confronting and abandoning the belief that you are a victim of circumstances. The victim mentality is a poison that paralyzes action and suffocates creativity. Instead, you must cultivate a mindset of absolute responsibility. Take 100% responsibility for your current financial situation without blaming the past, the government, your boss, or the economy. This assumption of responsibility is not for punishment, but for empowerment. It recognizes that if you are the creator of your current reality, then you have the power to create a new reality, one of abundance and freedom. The architect of wealth does not see themselves as a mere executor of tasks, but as a creator of value. They are not concerned with putting in the hours, but with maximizing the value they deliver. Think about who you need to become for wealth to flow naturally to you. This person is confident, resilient, visionary, disciplined, and generous. They do not fear failure, as they see it as a stepping stone to success. A valuable lesson to be learned. They act with integrity, knowing that sustainable wealth is built on solid, ethical foundations. They understand that money is a tool, a means to achieve greater ends, not the end in itself. This transformation is a continuous process, a journey of self-discovery and self-development. It begins with the conscious decision to become this person. Ask yourself daily, what action can I take today that the person I want to be would take? What would the architect of wealth do in this situation? How would they think? How would they act? By aligning your actions and thoughts with the identity you wish to manifest, you begin to rewrite your internal code. Limiting beliefs gradually dissolve, the invisible ceiling shatters, and the outer universe begins to reflect the prosperous architect you are becoming. True wealth is not something you obtain, but something you become. It is the external manifestation of a deep and lasting internal transformation. The journey we have undertaken together unveils a cosmic truth, an ancestral echo that resonates through the ages. You are not a mere spectator of your financial life, but its most intimate creator. The chains you perceive as limiting, the invisible, ceiling that holds you captive in a cycle of effort without reward, are not the bars of an external prison, but the shadows cast by the beliefs that inhabit your inner sanctuary. Wealth in its purest essence is not a game of external accumulation dictated by luck or chance, but a masterful symphony played on the strings of your own consciousness. Your universe, in its entirety, is an unforgiving and perfect mirror of the inner landscape you cultivate. To witness the flourishing of prosperity in your material life, the dawn must first break in the firmament of your mind. This principle transcends the mere financial sphere. It is the master key that unlocks the latent potential in all dimensions of your existence. By embracing this profound truth, you not only reconfigure the numbers in your bank account, but you catalyze a revolution in your ability to discern and decide, in your mastery over time, and in your acumen for capturing the opportunities that hide in the folds of reality, invisible to the untrained eye. This is not an invitation to emulate the behavior of those who have already reached the pinnacle, but an alchemical forge that shapes within you the non-negotiable identity of the architect of your own fortune. You cease to be a mere reactive participant to circumstances and rise to the status of a transformative agent, a master at designing and building the edifices of your prosperity, brick by brick, thought by thought. This is the moment of radical awakening, the time to claim sovereignty over your financial destiny, and by extension over your own life. No more ceding control to luck, no more waiting for the universe to grant you crumbs while you yearn for banquets. The total responsibility rests on your shoulders, not as a burden, but as the insignia of your power. True freedom is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to face them with the unshakable strength of a mindset that knows no limits. Look within to the roots of your beliefs, and tear out the fears and doubts that suffocate your potential. Plant new seeds of confidence, clarity, and unshakable purpose in fertile soil. Define your destiny with the precision of a master artisan, for only then can the outer universe mirror the greatness you have forged within. The time is now. Take the reins, be the architect,